Than gaming, man. Shedding some light, some wisdom, some knowledge on y'all boys. So, we're doing a 7-day series about personal growth, growth in general. How do you grow? Yesterday, we talked about what is personal growth and why does it matter. Had an excellent discussion and live stream on that yesterday. So we're continuing on day 2 talking about personal growth, and today's topic is self-awareness. All right, today's topic is self-awareness. Let's get straight into it. Self-awareness is the first step to transformation and growth. What's up, Bink? So let's define self-awareness. Okay, what is self-awareness? Being honest with yourself, going deep internally, and being true about who you are. You see, a lot of people, their problem is they don't want to be alone with themselves. They don't want to sit down and really think about who they are as a person. I'm gonna just be honest with you, bro. A lot of people, they don't want to sit down and truly be honest with themselves. Like, how do you truly feel? Don't mask it with the responsibilities of life. Don't mask it with your kids, with with work, with school. How do you truly feel about yourself, and how do you truly feel on the inside? Right? He said, "Be honest, you're a gamer, bro. You funny, my boy. What's up, Red? Big shout out to you, my boy. Hey, I've been in the gym though. That's what I've been doing. No more gaming, man. But look though. All right. So the reason that self-awareness is the first step to growth, we're talking about personal growth for 7 days. The reason that self-awareness is the first step to growth is because you have to assess where to grow. This is why I just told you, people don't want to sit down. They don't want to sit with themselves. They don't want to be honest with themselves. Right? We got gamer inside the building. What's up? The reason that your life is in shambles is because you have not figured out who you are and you have not figured out what you want. We talked about this in a video probably about a couple of months ago on the channel, and I said, just sit down and write down what you want to do with your life. You know what I'm saying? Just be honest, right? Now, things that you can do to help your self-awareness develop. Let's talk about that. Number 1, journaling. Journaling is really good, right? And a lot of people think like, oh, it's a feminine thing to do, right? But to be honest, it's actually really good for you. When you journal, what you're doing is you're gaining evidence. You are writing down evidence about your feelings, your thought process, your values, but also your distractions and your excuses. If you have a journal from a year ago versus who you are now, and you went back and read those journal entries, you're a completely different person. Your perspective changes. It shifts. You become more mature. You become more aware, right? So journaling is really good because it helps you get your thoughts, your feelings, your desires, your values on paper. And it also helps you, when you write those journal entries down and you go back, then you can look and see where you need to improve. Okay? The second thing that you can do to help self-awareness develop is meditation. Meditation helps calm your mind. It helps you focus on reality. It also helps with mental clarity. Okay? It helps you manage your emotions. It can help you understand yourself more, thus furthering your awareness. All right? Now, let's talk about meditation a little bit further. Because a lot of people, they meditate, and that's great. But what you want to do during your meditation is focus on one thing. You're focusing on one thing, right? So let's just say I want to focus on my environment or myself, right? I'm going to focus on myself and my environment. Where am I at presently? I'm going to focus on that the entire time, because what it's doing is it's training your brain and helping you eliminate distractions and eliminate things that are going on in your head that don't serve you any purpose, right? That's what you're going to do. You're going to meditate. You're going to focus on one thing. You're going to journal. And the last thing that you can do to help self-awareness is have feedback from others. Feedback is Sometimes you have to just put your pride to the side. Feedback from others can help you learn or apply different perspectives, and it can also help you propel forward. You have to put your pride to the side because sometimes you're simply wrong. Sometimes you're doing things that slow you down. Sometimes you can be a little bit more efficient with the way that you're doing things, but you don't realize it until somebody tells you. Sometimes you're doing really well. Sometimes you're doing things extremely efficiently. And the only way that you're gonna know that, sometimes you don't even realize how efficient you are with something or how great you are at something. And when somebody tells you that, then that's how you know, right? It's really just that simple. Like when I first started streaming, my mom, she told me that I have a really it almost sounds like I went to school for broadcasting, right? If I didn't listen to her or I didn't have somebody listen to me when I first started streaming, I would never know that I have that skill or that talent, right? Chicken, what's good? Hey, you're at work, just stopping by. Really appreciate it, brother. Today we were talking about self-awareness and how that's gonna propel you forward for growth. Now, let's talk about a quote. The quote of the stream is, and this is revolving around self-awareness: owning our story can be difficult, but not nearly as difficult as spending our lives running from it. So, Trevor was good. So, basically what this quote means is you can try to run from yourself. You can try to run from reality. You can try to mask it. You can try to hide. But at the end of the day, you always have to face yourself. You always have to face yourself, man. This is why it's so important to do what you're supposed to do and to elevate your life. Because you always have to look in the mirror in the morning. You always got to look in the mirror in the morning. What's up, Ty? What's good? You always have to look in the mirror every single morning, bro, when you're getting ready, bro. And if you don't like what you see in the mirror and you're trying to run from it, you're going to have a miserable life, bro. I'm just being honest with you. Now, if you get up and you change what you're doing to change the direction and the perspective of your life and your mind, you're going to start to look in that mirror and you're going to be proud of what you see. You're going to be proud of what you see and you're going to be happy. Okay, so just don't run from who you are. Take control of your life and don't try to run from your life. All right? Now, personal story about self-awareness. This one's actually kind of funny. Okay, I was thinking about this earlier and I'm like, how did I become more self-aware? So, I don't know if you guys have played baseball, ran track, did any of that stuff growing up, but one of the things that I did sports-wise was I played baseball. I played baseball, right? And for the longest time, dude, I literally was garbage. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I batted on my right. I was a righty, right? I struck out all the time. I couldn't catch no ball in the outfield. Like, I couldn't do nothing, dude. I was garbage. And then one day my dad pulled me to the side and we were training and he said, you know what? Try to bat on your left. Try to bat on your left. So I switched sides. I started batting on my left. I started swinging, and what do you know? I started smacking the skin off of the ball. Right there in that one training session. It took one training session for somebody to assess me and to tell me, try something different. That's all it took. And then I became extremely great at batting. I started smacking the skin off of the ball as a lefty. And you already know, bro, as a lefty, you're dangerous. In boxing and baseball, when you pitch, anything that you go to do on your left side, people are kind of like, it throws them off, right? So that goes back to what I was telling you. Get assessments and get feedback from other people, because that's going to be the way in which you really, truly grow, right? You don't have to listen to everything that everybody says, but just having the right teacher and the right assessment can change everything in your life. And that's what it did for me, all right? So this is a quick stream, man. To be honest, this is a very quick stream. Call to action today. What I want you guys to do is spend 10 minutes journaling about your feelings, your habits, or your values. Then, once you get done, I want you to reread the content and study it. Start to understand yourself so that you can begin to make the changes in your life. It's really just that simple. You guys have to become more self-aware. We really need to just sit down and really, you just gotta sit with yourself. You gotta think about who you are as a person. Think about what you want, where you're at in your life. You know, where am I at in my life right now? Well, I am a YouTuber that's transitioning my content, right? I just moved out of my mom's house, so I'm 26 years old. I finally got my own place. I'm in a good financial situation, right? But I want to be in a better financial situation. I'm pursuing a woman. I'm going to have to protect and provide for her, right? I'm doing all the right things I need to do to elevate my life financially, physically. I'm in the gym. I'm running all the time. I'm lifting those weights. I'm getting gym partners that I can work out with, right? So I want to elevate my life spiritually. I'm going to church. I'm reading my Bible. Emotionally, I'm more strong and more mature than I've ever been because I stopped smoking. I stopped, doing anything that is going to hinder me from having a strong mind. So I am in a really good place right now. I'm in a very good place right now. But I'm not going to be complacent. I'm not just going to stay where I'm at. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to keep going to the gym. I'm going to keep increasing those weights. I'm going to keep running, right? I'm going to keep working out. I'm going to keep reading my Bible. I'm going to keep going to church. I'm going to keep strengthening my mind. I'm going to keep finding avenues in which I can make more money, right? I'm going to keep elevating my success in every single way that I possibly can because I finally reached a place to where I can be proud of myself for becoming the man that I am. However, the war doesn't stop. We don't stop here. We don't get complacent. We don't just sit down and relax and chill. That's not what we do. All right? So, today was talking about self-awareness. Yesterday we talked about what is personal growth and we went over the basics. I got some juicy content for y'all tomorrow as well, and we're going to be talking about breaking limiting beliefs. What do you believe about yourself? And how do you treat yourself? And where does all this stuff come from? How can you rewire your brain and rewire your beliefs? All right? So with that being said, man, I really appreciate everybody that tuned in. If you guys are enjoying this content, make sure that you subscribe. Do not forget to smash that like button as well, man. And I'm going to be streaming every single day. I mean, I started 10 minutes early today, but I'm going to be streaming every single day at about 6 p.m. So that is Pacific Standard Time in sunny Southern California, where the heat is cranking up to about 100 degrees. But hey, we still cool out here, man. So I love y'all. I'll see y'all in the next one. Make sure that you tune into the previous live stream so that you can get caught up on self-development and all of the things that we're talking about. And I'll see y'all boys tomorrow.